650 British pounds. That is how much Qatar Airways, the so-called number one airline in the world, owes me as compensation. Hi guys, and welcome back to another True Talk with Tea video. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a very personal, unfortunately negative experience that I encountered with one of the best airlines, in fact the number one airlines in the world, Qatar Airways. So let's get straight to it, but before that, if you're new to the channel, then please subscribe. I need all your love, support and care. If you're already a part of this channel, thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. So, this story goes back to 2022 actually. So on August 3rd, 2022, me, my mom and my sister were traveling back from London to Mumbai via Qatar Airways with a halt at Doha, a 30-minute halt at Doha. Now, I don't know if a lot of you remember this or not, but at that time in early 2022, for the first 8 to 10 months, there were some issues happening at Heathrow Airport with regards to luggage. I think there were staff issues also. I don't know what exactly the issues were, but there were issues happening at Heathrow Airport, because of which crowd was becoming unmanageable and baggage issues were happening, etc., etc. So the day we had our flight, some issue like that had also happened, because of which our flight got delayed by around 1 hour 10 minutes. And obviously we panicked because we knew that we had a very small halt at Doha, and we knew that the chances of missing our flight to Bombay would be very, very high. So we immediately went to the ground staff and we informed them about this, and they told us that everybody or most of the people sitting on this flight are actually traveling to Bombay. So we know Mumbai basically. So we know that this is a concern, and don't worry, we have taken care of it. They have used these words, we have taken care of it. Now, obviously, when it's such a big airline, such a reputed airline, and they say that we are taking care of it or we are taking care of it, you will trust them 100%. Why not? There's no other option also at that point of time, right? Anyway, we boarded the flight, we reached Doha, and irony of fate, just when we put our foot on the ground, our flight that was to depart to Mumbai was literally taking off. You could actually see it, which was very weird, but anyway. So we walked out trusting the airline completely that they would take care of it, and rightfully so. On-ground staff named Rajat, I have to take names guys because this is very important. An on-ground staff named Rajat, he says he's a YouTuber also, but for what he did, I think I really need to call this out. So he walked to us and said that since you've missed your flight to Bombay, you need to now take the flight to Nagpur, which is leaving or taking off in the next 10 minutes. Literally, that is what was told to us. So he told us that you need to take the next flight to Nagpur immediately. From there, you will reach Nagpur around 6 a.m. IST. From there, you need to recheck in at the Air India counter at 8 a.m. because we've tied up with Air India, and Air India will now take you to Bombay. So from Nagpur to Mumbai, Air India would have taken us. We were completely scandalized as to what was happening. Why? Because at Heathrow Airport, we had already checked in our bags to Mumbai. And obviously, when there are women traveling, you've shopped, there are things you've bought, there are things that are close to your heart, and a lot of other things. There were a lot of valuable items as well in those bags. Also, to further add, my sister had a very important business meeting, which we had already informed them that, are you sure of the process that you're saying? And he said, yes, we're very sure. And we told them that, how will we take a local Air India flight from Nagpur to Mumbai? Because the luggage that you use in an international flight and the luggage that you use between this flight is different. So he said that, we've taken care of everything. And again, like we said, when we asked him, but what about our bags? Because our bags are supposed to reach Mumbai. What's happening? You know what he told us? He told us that, ma'am, don't worry, your bags will reach Nagpur. We had already taken care of this. So bags will reach Nagpur. From there, you need to collect your bags and then recheck in to go to Mumbai. That already sounded fishy because we checked in at Heathrow to Mumbai. So the bags were definitely supposed to go to Mumbai. But he convinced us. He said, it's right. At that point of time, I immediately remembered randomly seeing on a real social media, can be very educative at times, that when such cases happen, the airline is supposed to compensate you with a free night or something, accommodate you in the airport, and it anyways seemed very fishy. So I told him that, isn't this the actual rule, that you're supposed to accommodate us since the next flight to Mumbai is technically 24 hours later? So he was very flabbergasted, and he said, ma'am, I cannot tell you a yes or a no, because he couldn't say a no. He knew he would be caught, and yes, he didn't want to say because he wanted us to take the best cheat route that they had removed, that is go to Nagpur and then go to Mumbai, which is okay as long as they would have said the truth about things. So he convinced us, and we also obviously got scared. That time was also that period where my spinal arthritis was at its peak, and traveling was also very, very tough. So we told him about it, but he assured us that no, he's taken care of everything. The airline has taken care of everything, and we must board the flight immediately. So we had to take this entire decision of whether we want to stay back at Doha and take the risk of whether they would give us an accommodation or not, or should we just listen to what they are saying and board the flight to Nagpur. Literally 7 minutes, because that flight, like I said, was taking off in 10 minutes. So as he said, we just trusted him. We believed him that the bags would reach Nagpur, and that's the system that we're going to follow. We boarded the flight. We reached Nagpur at 6 a.m. IST. We were waiting at the baggage conveyance for nearly 20 minutes. No baggage. And let me highlight that at Nagpur airport, where this baggage conveyance was there was not a single on-ground staff member from Qatar Airways, not a single one. After 20 minutes, when the luggage did not come, and there were 2-3 passengers more who were traveling to Mumbai. In fact, there were more passengers who were traveling to Mumbai. So they also had a halt in Nagpur. Even their luggage did not come, and then suddenly it seemed fishy, because even these guys were told the same thing, that your luggage would reach Nagpur. Then we insisted that we want to meet an on-ground staff of Qatar Airways, and it took them nearly 35 to 40 minutes to come lazily, casually. It almost seemed disgusting and shameful to call this airline the number one airline, because if this is the service they are providing, then it's highly questionable. And I think whoever is giving this number one, number two awards really need to start questioning whether this was the right choice or not. 45 minutes later, that guy comes so lazily, so casually. I can't remember this guy's name, unfortunately, but he claimed to be the on-ground manager at Nagpur airport. He comes, and first he completely refused to listen. He's like, oh no, who said that the bags were to come to Nagpur? They are gonna reach Mumbai tomorrow, the next day. Why? Because we did not check in the bags at Heathrow. What we did is, when we realized that the flight was delayed, we held back the bags, and we were gonna, or something like that, I also got confused, that we were gonna put it on the next flight from Doha to Mumbai, which happens only at one specific time. So that would have happened that night, thus reaching Mumbai the next morning. And we were flabbergasted, because there were things in that bag that we needed immediately, and that guy clearly lied. That guy was not ready to listen to our complaint, the manager, not at all. He kept on arguing this, that, till my sister completely lost her temper. That's when he realized that, okay, this is not to be taken lightly. He immediately called the on-ground staff at Doha and realized that this is the blunder that these guys have made, that they have lied to their customers. That guy said, but what can I do? They've lied, you can fill the form, we'll give you an email ID, you send a grievance mail as well. Having no choice, we took everything with a pinch of salt. We walked away. It was so traumatizing, because it was almost 12 plus hours, I think 15 hours that we had been traveling non-stop. Like I said, my spinal arthritis was at its peak. There were too many things happening at one point of time, and obviously it was frustrating. It was making all of us angry, but nonetheless, did we have a choice? So we just decided that, whatever. So we again checked in at the Air India counter. Like they said, they just made us run around in circles, made us check in at the Air India counter for the flight to Mumbai. We reach Mumbai. We wait for one day before sending them the mail, because we wanted our bags intact. And the next day, we get our bags from Mumbai airport. We had to go and collect it, and you will not believe what has happened. There are items, and expensive items, missing from our bag. Till date, there is no answer as to us items ka kya hua, who took it, what has happened. We do not know. Okay, whether things were stolen from their staff members, whether things were stolen at Bombay airport, nobody knows what has happened, but things were missing from that bag. Okay, we have then on 6th of August dropped them a mail. I'm gonna drop in all the emails, or most of the emails, screenshots towards the end or somewhere in between, so please keep an eye. We've dropped them a mail wherein I've in detail, step by step, with names, written the entire grievance, hour by hour, moment by moment. Like I said, on 6th August, the case file was registered, and we got a reply. Do you know when? On 14th of October. They have taken more than 2 months to reply to our email. And mind you, not one email, there were multiple emails sent, multiple calls, none of which were answered. We've even messaged them on Instagram, on Twitter. They don't give a damn about their reputation. They are extremely proud of the status and they don't care now what people say about them because they feel that they're gonna be number one throughout. I don't think so, Qatar Airways. You do not deserve that tag. Anyway, 14th October, we get a message from a mail from them saying that, we understand what has happened and as a compensation, we would like to give you 650 British pounds. I was glad that at least they took some action, although it was not fair because they were only compensating one passenger, that is me. They completely discarded the other two. But I was like, okay, fine, at least send this. Let me be, calm. At least some of my cost would come out of what I lost. So basically, how does this compensation go is that they send you a form that you need to fill, and then in the next 2 to 4 weeks, you're supposed to receive your money. I send that form immediately. And again, no response after that. They completely vanish. I keep mailing them. 2 weeks ho gaye, 4 weeks ho gaye, 8 weeks ho gaye, nothing, no response at all. Literally, I don't know. I think they're lacking staff members because if they're the number one airline in the world, I'm assuming they have money enough to pay an extra employee who can at least reply to their emails because they are in desperate need of it. They take 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 2 months to reply to basic emails. Again, a very big question on how is this the number one airline in the world. Nonetheless, we get a reply again somewhere in the first week of April 2023, literally 6 months later. And what does the mail say? That we did not process the money because the SWIFT code that you mentioned was wrong. The SWIFT code, by the way, was verified by the bank, so we knew it was correct. Fair enough, something was wrong, they felt it. We again checked it with the bank, we double checked it, triple checked it. We refilled the form and we mailed it to them again. And again, they said that within 2 to 4 weeks, you will get the money. Nothing. Absolutely nothing was sent, nothing was done. Somewhere in between May, we got a mail from them saying that they have successfully processed the payment. That means that all the details were correct, nothing was wrong. They had managed to send across the money, and he said that it will reflect in your account anytime soon. That anytime soon never happened. Again, I kept mailing them, kept messaging them, absolutely zero response. Until yesterday, January 3rd, 2024, literally 10 months. So this started with 2 months and 6 months and 10 months. So the next time I'm going to get a reply is going to be 20 months for sure. Anyway, 10 months later, they send me a mail again saying, oh, we couldn't process it because the SWIFT code was wrong. Number one point, how is the SWIFT code wrong when you actually mailed me and I have it in writing and you said that we were successfully able to process the payment? B, chalo, uske baad bhi there was some mistake. How much time does it take to inform? If money was supposed to leave your bank account or your company bank account, you would anyways be aware that it's not leaving. Literally in 4 weeks, it was your duty to send me a mail saying that something is wrong. No, but clearly they don't want to send the money. That's not in their heart. They just don't want to do it. And by the way, even a better thing, suddenly yesterday the compensation decreased from 650 to 520 pounds. In a year's time, they have decreased their compensation by 130 pounds because we are lacking. We are not replying, right? We are the horrible customers. We are the people who are traumatizing you and torturing you. I cannot tell you how hurt and traumatized I am by this entire experience. I'll tell you why. Because I am a person who loves luxury airlines, and I had really fought in my house that I want to try Qatar, and my family on my insistence took Qatar Airways. And I'm so sorry to all of them because this experience has just starred all our minds. It's horrible to say the least. If it was in my hand, I would literally boycott this airline. I will never recommend anybody to use Qatar Airways because if this is the experience that they're giving you, then I'd much rather pay a local airline or a budget airline for it. I will feel much more safer, less cheated, and at least in good, honest hands, which I honestly will never feel for Qatar Airways again. So, Qatar Airways people, if you are listening, please this time stay true to your word. At least send the 520 pounds that you have so-called promised for the third time and still have not done it. Technically, you owe me 650 pounds. You know that. And if possible, please hire people with the better caliber who can actually solve your customer queries, your customer complaints a little bit faster so that you stand true to the number one airline name. Currently, you absolutely do not. Anyway, with that, I'm ending this video, guys. I specifically am requesting you to please share this video. I need justice. I need some help. So please help me spread this message across and literally just spread the word and help me get justice this time. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Like I said, engagement for this video is very, very important. Sorry for it being a rant. It's very upsetting and I just had to do this. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.